The 1988 DAT Washington quarter dollar, minted in Denver, might look like just another coin in your pocket change. But some of its rare variants can be worth as much as $600 today, depending on condition, errors, and collector demand. Part of the long-running Washington quarter series, this coin carries the portrait of George Washington on the obverse. Designed by John Flanagan in 1932 to honor the first president's 200th birthday, the reverse side features the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, a design that remained consistent until the state quarters. Program began in 1999. The D mint mark beneath the ribbon on Washington's ponytail signifies it was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced over 596 million of these coins in 1988. Despite the large mintage, what makes some of these quarters special and valuable is a combination of minting errors, grade conditions, and historical context. What collectors often seek are MS-65 to MS-68 grade specimens, which are in superb uncirculated condition, with sharp detail and no visible wear. Quarters in such top condition are hard to come by because coins from circulation get scuffed, scratched, and worn quickly. But coins that were preserved in rolls, mint sets, or found in bank bags untouched for decades may qualify. These high-grade coins have been known to fetch $300 to $600 or more at auctions and from private collectors, especially those graded and authenticated by major agencies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company. Another major reason for high value lies in rare die varieties and minting errors. Examples include double die obverse DDO, where parts of the text or Washington's profile appear doubled, off-center strikes, or clipped planchettes, where the coin appears to have a chunk missing due to a mistake during the blank cutting process. These flaws are rare and create collector excitement, especially when they appear on a relatively modern coin, like the 1988D quarter. Beyond mint errors and pristine condition, another driver of the coin's value is its historical place in American coinage. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic series in U.S. history, running uninterrupted for decades. In the late 1980s, the coin saw subtle changes in strike quality and minting pressure. As the U.S. Mint began modernizing production for the 1990s, collectors interested in transitional era coinage, the shift between classic and modern production methods, often seek coins from the 1980s, especially those in exceptional condition. Furthermore, the copper-nickel clad composition used since 1965 typically does not age gracefully. Spotting, toning, and corrosion are common. That's why finding a 1988D quarter in gleaming, original mint luster can be a jackpot. In today's coin market, there's growing demand for modern rarities. Coins from recent decades that were never intended to be valuable, but are now being hunted for their hidden potential. The 1988D quarter fits this niche perfectly. Coin enthusiasts and YouTubers often urge viewers to check your change, and for good reason. Simple coin jar at home could hide a treasure, especially if you know what to look for. Coins graded MS-67 have set records at auctions. And coins with multiple mint errors like doubling cud breaks, a reverse die, cracks have shown up in collections unexpectedly. Additionally, coins in full step or full strike varieties command higher prices, as they show every detail the die intended, which is rare for mass-produced clad coins. Another significant aspect of the 1988D quarter's value is tied to the educational and speculative excitement it creates for new collectors. It's an ideal entry point for those wanting to learn about coin grading, the minting process, and how even modern coins can hold value far beyond their face value. Online platforms and numismatic communities continue to fuel interest in such pieces, driving prices up as more people become aware of their rarity and high grades. Some collectors also assemble full mint mark sets or year sets, and coins like the 1988D in high grade help complete these collections. As more of these coins get worn down, lost, or damaged, the few pristine examples left in the market become even more desirable. In short, the 1988D Washington quarter dollar is a modern numismatic gem in disguise. While its face value is just 25 cents, rare error specimens, and uncirculated high-grade coins have reached up to $600 at auctions and among collectors. The coin's historical significance, attractive design, hidden error potential, and increasing demand in the collector world make it a must-check coin for anyone with a stash of quarters. So, before you toss away your change, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden treasure that's worth far more than it seems. Always consult with a trusted numismatist or grading service if you suspect you have a rare piece. The rise in awareness of rare modern coins. Even something as common as a 1988 D quarter might become a key piece in a valuable collection. Hold on to yours. It could be worth hundreds today, and potentially more in the future as numismatic interest continues to grow. Next up, the 1932 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is far more than just a simple cent. It is a rich historical artifact that connects us to a critical era of American history, the Great Depression, minted at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark. This coin has grown to become one of the more desirable wheat pennies among collectors and historians. Its $7,600 market value today reflects not just its scarcity and age, but the deeper narrative it holds. The 1932 wheat penny emerged during a time of economic uncertainty, when the United States was grappling with widespread unemployment and financial hardship. Because of this, coin production was significantly reduced, and fewer coins were minted. Compared to other years, as a result, well-preserved examples are extremely rare today. The fact that this coin was minted in Philadelphia, the oldest and most prestigious mint in the country, is further prestige to its legacy. The absence of a mint mark on the obverse, which was typical for Philadelphia at the time, makes it unique in its subtlety. Its design, which features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. The reverse of the coin shows two stalks of wheat, symbolizing abundance and prosperity, an ironic contrast to the financial hardship during the early 1930s, crafted primarily from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The coin weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Its reddish-brown tone can vary depending on the environment and conditions in which it has been stored, with uncirculated or red mint state examples being especially valuable. What truly elevates the value of the 1932 wheat penny is its survival rate in pristine condition. Over time, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or worn down through circulation, making mint state examples extraordinarily rare. PCGs and NGC, the two premier coin grading companies, have awarded high grades MS65 and above to only a handful of known 1932 no mint mark wheat pennies. These high-grade examples command premium prices at auctions and private sales, sometimes exceeding the $7,600 benchmark depending on demand. Some error coins from this year, including off-center strikes or doubled dies, can be even more valuable. The allure of the 1932 wheat penny is amplified by its role in numismatic history. It acts as a bridge between the early Lincoln wheat cent issues and the later World War II wearer coins, reflecting the economic and political tension of the time. In 1932, Franklin D. Roosevelt would soon be elected president, ushering in the New Deal and a wave of national reforms. But at the time this penny circulated, Americans were clinging to hope, and every penny counted. Owning such a coin today is not just about monetary investment, though that certainly plays a major part, but also about owning a slice of that turbulent yet transformative history. Collectors who possess the 1932 Lincoln wheat penny often preserve it in protective capsules or archival flips, aware of the delicate balance between copper's vulnerability to environmental elements and its historical importance. Many top collectors consider this coin a must-have for completing a full set of wheat pennies from 1909 to 1958. Interestingly, 1932 is also a crucial year for other collectible U.S. coin denominations. It's like the 1932D in 1932's Washington quarters, making it a golden year for rare coin collectors. Adding to its mystique, stories circulate in numismatic communities about people finding this coin in old piggy banks, attics, or inherited collections, turning what looked like a dusty old penny into a life-changing asset. The thrill of finding a 1932 wheat penny in excellent condition is akin to unearthing buried treasure, especially when collectors realize the potential value it holds today. If you come across one, it's crucial to have it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to determine its true worth, even in lower circulated grades. The 1932 no mint mark penny can still fetch hundreds of dollars, but mint state examples are where its value truly soars. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stacks Bowers have reported strong demand for rare 1930s wheat pennies in recent years, and the 1932 version consistently stands out. With the growing popularity of coin collecting, fueled by social media and YouTube influencers, rare coins like this are receiving renewed attention. Channels like Numismatic Market, BC Coins World, Andrea Coins Dealer frequently highlight such treasures, educating the public about the hidden gems in everyday change. In terms of design, the coin is a tribute to Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB became infamous when they were initially placed prominently on the reverse of the 1909 edition and later discreetly returned beneath Lincoln's shoulder. Brenner's depiction of Lincoln was the first time a U.S. president had appeared on circulating coinage. The choice of wheat on the reverse designed by Brenner as well represented American agricultural strength and unity.
Ow!
Two values that were vital during the Depression. Today, the 1932 wheat penny isn't just a coin. It's a conversation starter, a piece of American soul minted in copper. Whether passed down through generations or discovered in a forgotten box, its legacy continues to captivate collectors. As more people enter the numismatic world, coins like the 1932 no mint mark penny grow even more cherished, both for their tangible value and the intangible stories they carry. If you are fortunate enough to own this coin, treasure it not just as a $7,600 asset, but as a symbol of American endurance and historical memory. Next up, the 1970 no mint mark quarter. Dollar is a fascinating piece of American coinage that holds both numismatic value and historical significance. Struck during a transitional era in U.S. history, this coin has gained notable attention among collectors for its subtle yet crucial characteristics. Although it may seem like just another Washington quarter at first glance, the 1970 no mint mark variety carries with it a unique story of evolution, national symbolism, and collector intrigue. With an estimated market value of $700 in top-graded condition, this quarter is far more than loose change. It's a tangible remnant of a pivotal decade. The obverse of the 1970 quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, first President of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. This design has adorned the quarter since 1932 and was originally created to honor the bicentennial of Washington's birth. The inscription Liberty is boldly placed above his head, while the national motto In God We Trust is displayed to the left of his profile. The date 1970 sits below Washington's neckline, indicating the year of minting. Notably, there is no mint mark under the date, which confirms that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the only U.S. mint branch at the time. That did not use a mint mark for quarters. On the reverse side, the coin continues to reflect national pride with a heraldic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military preparedness, while two olive branches beneath the arrows represent the nation's desire for peace. The words United States of America appear above the eagle. An E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one is etched between the eagle's wings. The denomination quarter dollar is displayed prominently at the bottom. The classic design remained unchanged for decades, making subtle date and mint mark variations, like the 1970 no mint mark, all the more significant. In terms of composition, the 1970 quarter is a clad coin, containing an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This composition replaced the 90% silver standard in 1965, making the 1970 quarter one of the early full production clad issues. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a reeded edge. Its durability and metallic stability have ensured that many have survived in circulation, but very few have done so in pristine condition. The 1970 no mint mark quarter does not have a large number of striking errors or dramatic varieties, like some other coins, yet its value is driven by a combination of historical timing, scarcity in higher grades, and growing collector demand. Coins from the early 1970s are now over 5 decades old, and most have been heavily circulated, leaving only a fraction in uncirculated or gem mint state. This rarity and condition greatly influences its market value. High-grade examples certified by reputable grading agencies like NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company or PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service can fetch up to $700 or more, depending on quality and eye appeal. Additionally, the 1970 no mint mark quarter is important from a historical perspective. The 1970s were a period of economic change, political unrest, and societal transformation in America. War protests to the expansion of civil rights, this decade reshaped the national identity. Coins minted during this period serve as small, enduring artifacts of that era. The 1970 quarter, specifically, was produced in the final years before a shift in quarter design aesthetics, paving the way for bicentennial coins and eventually the 50-state quarters program. Collectors also value the 1970 no mint mark quarter for its clean design and crisp strike. Despite being a clad coin, some examples exhibit remarkable luster and sharp details when preserved properly. These coins often come from original bankrolls or mint sets, and their high-quality condition makes them appealing to both beginner and advanced collectors. The lack of a mint mark also adds to its desirability, creating a distinction from coins minted in Denver D or San Francisco S, where the mint marks clearly indicate origin. One particularly interesting aspect of the 1970 no mint mark quarter is the subtle differences in die varieties, although they are lesser known among general collectors. Some examples have minor doubling visible on the lettering or date, which can significantly enhance their value to specialists. These varieties are rare, but can turn an already desirable coin into a true numismatic treasure. The coin's journey through history also adds emotional and intellectual appeal. In a time before digital currency, cards, or contactless payments, coins like the 1970 quarter passed through the hands of everyday Americans used for payphones, vending machines, and bus rides. These coins helped build small moments in the lives of millions, making them not just currency, but carriers of memories and culture. For collectors, owning such a coin is like owning a piece of living history. When evaluating the value of a 1970 no mint mark quarter, it's crucial to consider its grade, toning, luster, and strike quality. Coins with full original mint luster, no contact marks, and sharp design details, often graded MS65 or higher, can command prices well above average, like chain natural toning. Especially rainbow or gold hues caused by storage in older holders or coin albums can increase collector demand and raise auction prices. Additionally, coins with unique provenance or inclusion in prominent collections have been known to achieve premium valuations in auction markets and collector forums. The 1970 no mint mark quarter frequently appears in discussions as one of the most undervalued Cladera coins, especially when found in gem condition. Coin dealers often report that buyers seeking to complete typesets or full-year mint mark collections consider this quarter a key piece. Moreover, as more collectors begin to focus on clad coins, the appreciation for pieces like the 1970 quarter is likely to rise, potentially increasing its market value over time. For those fortunate enough to find one in pocket change or an old coin jar, it's worth examining closely. Although circulated coins usually fetch lower prices, sharp examples with minimal wear can still carry respectable value. If you believe you found a high-grade specimen, sending it for professional grading is a wise decision. Certified coin not only ensures authenticity and condition, but also boosts resale value and appeal to serious buyers. From a long-term investment perspective, coins like the 1970 no mint mark quarter offer stable growth potential. Unlike modern high mintage, Coins that flood the market, earlier clad quarters with limited pristine survivors are gradually becoming more elusive. Their combination of historical significance, aesthetic design, and affordability makes them a smart entry point for new collectors and a worthy addition to seasoned portfolios. In conclusion, the 1970 no mint mark quarter dollar is a subtle yet significant coin with an enduring legacy. Its ties to American history, rarity, in uncirculated condition, and classic design make it highly collectible. The market value of $700 for high-grade examples. It stands as a hidden gem in the world of U.S. coinage. Whether you're a lifelong numismatist or just beginning your collecting journey, this coin represents a compelling blend of artistry, history, and value. Next up, the 1981 D-Mint Mark Quarter. Dollar is one of the most fascinating coins from the modern U.S. mint era. While it might seem like just another common quarter from the early 1980s, it actually holds a unique place in American numismatic history due to its Denver minting, rich background, and increasing value in today's collector market. At first glance, the coin seems ordinary, bearing the familiar visage of George Washington, but its value lies deeper in the mint mark, condition, mintage numbers, and collector demand. Today, depending on condition, grading, and rarity, the 1981 D quarter can reach a market value of up to $900, especially in uncirculated or high-grade certified conditions. Let's explore the full story behind this intriguing coin. The obverse front of the 1981 Washington quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This portrait has remained a staple on U.S. quarters since 1932, honoring the nation's first president. Around the image are the inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left of the portrait, and the date 1981 centered at the bottom. The small D mint mark is found to the right of Washington's ponytail, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. The reverse back of the coin features the heraldic eagle design, a proud bald eagle with wings outstretched, clutching a bundle of arrows with an olive branch below, symbolizing strength and peace. This design was used from 1932 to 1998, after which the state quarters program began. In terms of composition, the 1981D quarter is a clad coin, made of a copper-nickel alloy over a solid copper core. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a 24.3 millimeters diameter, and features a reeded edge. While not composed of silver, these quarters have become more sought after due to their age, condition rarity, and the gradual disappearance of high-quality specimens from circulation. When it comes to mintage, over 500 million of the 1981D quarters were produced, making it a high-mintage coin at the time. However, what makes it increasingly rare and valuable today is that the vast majority of these coins were used in circulation and subjected to wear and damage. Great examples, those that have never been circulated or were preserved in mint sets, are far less common. Many collectors seek out MS-65 mint state and above coins, which are highly valued and command premium prices. Finding a 1981D quarter in gem, uncirculated condition, especially one with strong luster and strike, is a difficult task today, making such specimens quite valuable. Another factor that boosts the value of the Y981D quarter is error coins. Like many other coins from this era, a small number of 1981D quarters were struck with notable minting errors, including off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchettes, and broad strikes. These errors can raise a coin's value significantly, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the mistake. For example, an off-center 1981D quarter that still retains full digits of the date and mint mark can easily sell for several $100s, especially if it's in uncirculated condition. Coin's grading is crucial in determining its true value. Professional grading services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC Numismatic Guarantee company authenticate and grade coins based on strict standards. A 1981D quarter graded MS-65 or higher by PCGS or NGC can command $100 to $900 depending on eye appeal, luster, strike quality, and market demand. Quarters that feature full details, particularly on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, are especially desirable. In contrast, worn coins in circulated condition usually only fetch face value, unless they have a rare error. From a historical perspective, the 1981D quarter represents a transitional period in U.S. coinage. It was minted just before the U.S. Mint shifted toward the commemorative coin programs, such as the 50-state quarters launched in 1999. Thus, the 1981D stands as one of the last traditional quarters to be mass-produced with the classic eagle reverse before the modern era of coin collecting redefined what people looked for in their change. For this reason, it's not just a piece of currency, but a snapshot of American minting history. The collector market for modern coins has seen an explosion in interest, particularly among younger collectors and new hobbyists. The internet, social media, and online auction platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and Stax Bowers have brought renewed attention to coins like the 1981D quarter. These platforms frequently showcase high-grade or error-filled examples that sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Stories of lucky individuals finding valuable coins in pocket change continue to fuel public interest and make coins like the 1981D quarter more desirable. Another reason for this quarter's rising value is nostalgia and generational collecting. Many collectors today began collecting as children in the 1980s or early 1990s, and they now have the resources to invest in premium-grade coins from their youth. The 1981D quarter, being part of this era, resonates strongly with collectors seeking to complete date mint mark sets or find pristine examples of coins that were part of their everyday life decades ago, while its face value is only 25 cents. The 1981D quarter has become a sleeper gem in the world of modern U.S. coin collecting. Whether it's because of its history, condition rarity, mint errors, or sentimental value, this quarter holds a special place among collectors and investors alike. As more and more high-grade examples are taken off the market and stored in private collections, the supply of mint-state coins continues to shrink. This increasing scarcity, coupled with growing demand, has resulted in the current market value peaking around $900 for top-tier examples. In conclusion, the 1981D Mint Mark quarter dollar is a remarkable piece that reflects both the legacy of American coinage and the evolving interests of modern numismatists. With its classic design, rich historical background, error potential, and rising market value, this quarter is more than just pocket change. It's a symbol of a bygone era and a potentially profitable collectible. If you're fortunate enough to find a well-preserved 1981D quarter in your collection or pocket change, consider having it graded. You might just be holding a coin worth hundreds of dollars or possibly up to $900. For collectors, enthusiasts, and casual coin hunters alike, the 1981D quarter remains a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Next up, the 1970 no mint mark Washington quarter dollar has become a highly sought-after treasure in the world of numismatics. While it might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, collectors and enthusiasts alike understand that this particular piece can fetch a market value of up to $1,100. Surprising figure considering its face value is just 25 cents. This quarter, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, bears no mint mark, which is typical for coins produced there at the time. However, what makes this coin so valuable isn't just its origin. It's the intricate blend of history, scarcity, and collector demand that elevates it into a premium category. Introduced in 1932, the Washington quarter was originally intended to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The obverse design, featuring a profile of Washington by sculptor John Flanagan, remained largely unchanged until the late 1990s. The reverse features a bald eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, a powerful symbol of strength and peace. In 1970, the U.S. Mint continued to issue quarters with this classic design, and while millions were minted, not all were created equally. What sets the 1970 no mint mark quarter apart from its counterparts are a few critical factors. First is the condition of the coin. Its uncirculated examples, or those graded MS Mint State 65 or higher by organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company, can easily exceed $500 to $1,100, especially if they display full luster, sharp strikes, and minimal contact marks. Coins in pristine condition are exceedingly rare because most 1970 quarters entered circulation immediately, suffering from wear and tear over the decades. Another contributor to this coin's high value is the unique error varieties and double die strikes known to exist for this year. Some 1970 quarters exhibit striking errors or doubling on the obverse inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust, making them even more attractive to collectors. Perhaps the most famous anomaly is a 1970 S-proof quarter struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter, which sold for over $35,000 at auction, although that's a different variant. It helped bring tremendous attention to 1970 quarters as a whole, especially among modern collectors hunting for rare gems in everyday coinage. The Philadelphia Mint, responsible for the No Mint Mark 1970 quarter, struck over 136 million of these coins. So why the high value? The answer lies in survival rate and condition rarity. Most coins from that mintage were heavily circulated and are now common in lower grades. However, finding a high grade, uncirculated 1970 No Mint Mark quarter is increasingly difficult. Combine that with collector demand for coins from the 1970s, pivotal decade in U.S. coinage, and you've got a formula for an undervalued coin, turning into a lucrative asset. Let's not forget the metal composition. The 1970 quarter was composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, clad over a pure copper core. By this time, silver had been removed from circulating quarters, making pre-1965 silver quarters more valuable in melt value alone. But for post-1965 clad coins like this one, numismatic appeal lies in rarity, grading, and historical appeal, not intrinsic metal content. Grading is absolutely critical when it comes to establishing the value of a 1970 No Mint Mark quarter. Coins that are certified MS-67 or higher can command over $1,000. Especially if they have eye-catching features such as full strike, brilliant luster, and a lack of bag marks. Even MS-65 graded quarters can fetch between $150 and $400. And examples with rare die varieties can go well beyond that. Professional certification not only boosts buyer confidence, but also preserves the coin's value over time. Collectors are also drawn to the aesthetic qualities of these quarters. Coins that feature rainbow toning, natural patina, or unique colorations are even more valuable. Toning occurs over time due to the metal's reaction with the environment, and though it's technically a form of corrosion, it is highly prized in the numismatic community for its visual appeal. From a historical standpoint, the 1970 quarter represents an era of transition in American coinage. The late 1960s and early 1970s were a time of economic adjustment and modernization for the U.S. Mint. It was also a period marked by significant social and political change in the United States. Coins from this era are increasingly seen as historical artifacts, representing not just currency, but cultural moments. Adding to the coin's allure is its presence in circulation today. Many people unknowingly spend these valuable coins unaware of their hidden worth. That's why coin roll hunters and hobbyists continually search bankrolls and pocket change in hopes of finding one. The thrill of discovering a $1,100 coin in everyday circulation is a huge part of what fuels the numismatic community's passion. If you happen to come across a 1970 No Mint Mark quarter, here's what you should do. First, examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for any unusual features, doubling in the lettering, extra lines, or die cracks. Next, check the coin's condition. If it appears to have minimal wear, you might have a high-grade specimen. Consider sending it to a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC, for authentication and certification. A certified coin is easier to sell and fetches a much higher price in the marketplace. In recent auctions and online platforms, such as eBay and heritage auctions, 1970 quarters in mint state and rare varieties consistently sell at premium prices. This coin continues to rise in demand due to increasing public awareness and growing interest in post-1965 coinage. As more people begin to realize the hidden value in their loose change, coins like the 1970 quarter gain legendary status. To conclude, the 1970 no-mint mark Washington quarter is far more than just pocket change. It stands as a beacon for modern collectors, a testament to the enduring legacy of American coinage, and a surprising investment opportunity. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner with a curious eye, this coin could be your ticket to uncovering a small fortune. Its market value of $1,100 reflects not just its monetary potential, but its historical and collectible importance. So before you spend that quarter, take a closer look. Q might be holding on to a rare piece of American history.